would love to welcome to the program Florida resident and conservative activist Rogan O'Hanley. Also, fellow Floridian and retired NFL football player Jack Brewer. Rogan and Jack, first of all, thoughts and prayers, of course, go out to all of you in Florida. We're watching the work that you're doing. We appreciate you. And thanks so much for joining us tonight.
God bless you.
Thank you for having us on.
So we have given, or I've given Governor DeSantis an A+ in regards to his handling of the hurricane aftermath. Got a question for both of you, gentlemen. First of all, Rogan, I'd like to start with you. I want to get the grade that you would give DeSantis, and I want to ask you about something that you posted to social media today that caught my attention. You talk about the backbone of America coming in to help Florida. You wrote that it wasn't a convoy of Priuses and social justice warriors, but a convoy of toxic masculinity, as the left would call it. So give us your grade and tell us about what you meant there.
Yeah, I rode out the storm in Naples. I actually am based in Tampa. They told us we had to leave Tampa, and so I went down to Naples, and then the storm changed paths so quickly that, you know, it hit Fort Myers and North Point and Naples, and it was horrible. I am, admittedly, like a lot of Floridians, a little distraught by what we've just been through. I was just down in Naples yesterday bringing supplies. I gave a family a generator and, fuel tanks. People cannot get electricity. There's barely any cell service. There are gas station lines that are an hour long just to fill up. And in Fort Myers, it's even worse. So, I give DeSantis an A+ as well. There's one thing I've noticed. I've gone up to Tampa a couple times, come back, and every single time on the other side of that highway, I am seeing convoys of large diesel trucks, generators, boats being towed by big trucks, heavy tractors, and a whole bunch of gritty, bearded guys getting down there to go do the hard, dirty work to get this place back up and running. The one thing I'm not seeing on the way down there are Priuses, solar power panels, windmills, and social justice warriors, because when it comes down to it, it's the middle class, the hardworking men and women, and especially Floridians of the middle class that are putting this state back together.
Oh, God bless them, Rogan. They really are the heart of America. And, Jack, you were out there in what's now become that viral moment that we just played with that man, that Democrat, who said, I'm a Democrat, but I'd vote for DeSantis. You look at how he's responding to this. I know you're out there meeting with so many people now. Talk to us about that and what you've witnessed in the governor's response.
It's just real. When you hear someone like Joy Reid open up her mouth, and the reality is she's not out helping any black people. And I know that because when any tragedy hits black folks, I'm usually there, or I'm trying to get there. And so it's just disappointing to see what we would call black leaders take our entire culture into the direction that she is. I call her a Jezebel spirit. But talking about Florida, which is what really matters, is when you see a governor like Ron DeSantis. I got a chance to travel along just devastation with him yesterday. We were going over, it was rivers, but they were really neighborhoods, houses just completely engulfed in water, stop signs you could see coming up out of the water. But when I said one thing to him, I said, Governor, I got some pockets that people haven't gotten to yet. I got some pockets of really underserved folks. Folks of color who need help now. They don't have any water. They don't have, they're on well systems. And so obviously the sewage is overrunning the wells. He looked at me immediately and he said, I don't care if we have to get helicopters. We are bringing them help. Within that same day, I had a full tanker of gas on site, water and food and every resource that those folks need. And the vast majority, 99% of those folks were African American. And so when you heard that man talking, that man was a person who had to look at his family in the eye and say, we can't evacuate because we don't have gas and we don't have resources to get out of here. So he had to weather that storm knowing that he couldn't afford to leave. And so for him to see someone like Governor DeSantis come in, despite what everyone else says about him, come in and actually save his family, and that whole community saw Governor DeSantis work, and he worked through us. He takes people like myself on the ground, and he empowers us to go out there and help our community, and that's what a true leader does. That's what a governor does, and so I applaud him. I give him an A++.
Absolutely, Jack. Now, President Biden stopped in Puerto Rico today to survey the damage left behind by Hurricane Ian. But little did we know that Joe Biden apparently was raised as a Puerto Rican.
I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home politically. And so we came here for a long time, both for business and pleasure.
I just noticed Dr. Jill Biden, the look on her face when he said that. The lies from lying about getting arrested for protesting for civil rights to his academic record at law school to driving a semi-truck to claiming his house burned down with his wife in it. Now Biden is a Puerto Rican. Why does he keep lying about stuff like this, Jack? Does he think that Americans are that stupid that we don't know how to fact check him?
Of course he does. He's just so used to race baiting and being able to say whatever he wants to appeal to whomever. If I spoke like that, they'd lock me up. And most of us would get thrown in jail or prison if we spoke like Joe Biden spoke. And the things that he's been able to pull off, it's just unbelievable that people really are allowing this to happen. You got to start questioning the folks that are around him, including his wife. To see a man like that get up and say the things that come out of his mouth and then go home with him and not and allow that to happen, there's a problem with that. I pray for our president. He needs deep prayer because right now he is spiritually harming our nation. And something has to be done about it.
I couldn't agree more. Rogan, Hanley, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm glad he's in Puerto Rico and staying out of Florida for now. We may have been hit by a nearly Cat 5 hurricane, but we got a Cat 10 governor at the reins right now. He's a military commander. He's running this show real well. And, someone needs to tell Joe, we don't have any ice cream or little kids he can sniff here in Florida. We're just trying to get, clean water and fuel and electricity. So, you can keep cutting the checks.
Through that. That brief, teleprompter speech, when you compare that to Trump's 2 hours over the weekend. Amazing.
Yeah, no,
Gentlemen,
it's crazy, but I think we should rename our state Ukraine, and then maybe they'll send a little more money down there.
Not a bad idea. Thank you so much, Rogan O'Hanley, Jack Brewer. Thank you so much. God bless you guys both.